Hey ladies and welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Glenn from Jack and Glenn. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews. Today I just want to tell you how, talk about Nate a little bit, how Nate is over the situation with Stasha. If you watched this past episode of Married at First Sight, you saw Nate and Stasha get into a little bit of a heated argument or discussion over love. Basically, that's what they're talking about, love, right? They're talking about love and affection and affirmation and giving each other love and affirmation and affection. We saw Stasha basically telling Nate that he's not where he needs to be emotionally, that he's not on her level. He's kind of been behind a little bit as she was speaking to her friend. Of course, we're never going to be at the same level, but it goes back to, if you go back to previous episodes, what Dr. Pepper said, it's true. Stasha wants Nate to be her. He's not her, right? Different experiences. You can't be in a relationship and you want the person to be you. They can't be you. The way he loves, right? The way he shows love is the best that he's doing right now. That's his A game, right? He's trying to do everything. I'm not going to argue about these cabinets. I'm not going to argue with you about your house. I'm not going to argue with you about anything else. I'm going to be there for you to listen to you. I'm going to control the panties if you want me to control the panties. I'm going to get this tattoo because I'm going to show you I'm committed to you. You're no longer a 40%. Now you're at a 60 or 70 or 80 or even a 90%. I feel myself growing in love with you, which he's mentioned multiple times, and she's not hearing him, but yet she says he's not hearing her. And I think they're not hearing each other, because I don't want to take sides in this video, because it's much more than just his side and her side. It's their side, right? They have to understand each other and understand each other's love language, understand understand how to communicate with each other. He has to understand what she needs, which is a little bit control, and she needs the words of both looking for words of affirmation. She needs to hear, I love you, I'm in love with you, which to me, as you watched our video, is kind of weird, because you're asking somebody, even though y'all married, you really only known each other for 2 months, and you want him to be in love with you, right? Madly, passionately desire love after 8 weeks. I don't know who that happens to, right? If it's you, if you loved your person that you was going to marry or spend the rest of your life with after 8 weeks, drop a comment in the comment section below. I liked my wife after 8 weeks. We were friends after 8 weeks. Were we madly in love after 8 weeks? No, we grew into that love that we have now, and we're still growing into love after 21 years. So it takes time. And we do have feelings and we do have emotions. And one thing that Nate said that really struck with me was, we're talking about men, right? Men who are looking for affection, right? Men who are looking for affirmation, men who are looking for things, just that thank you, that you're welcome, I appreciate you. Because that was one of the biggest things that he really talked about was, look, you don't even appreciate the little things that I do, right? That the things that I may say, the things that I may do for you, I need the affirmation. I need the love. I need the compassion. I need you to say thank you. I need you to say, you know what, you did a good job. And that was one of the big things that Nate was looking for her. She wants to hear I love you, but he wants to hear the thank you, right? And so we find here that Nate and Stasha are looking for exactly the same thing. And she's willing to verbalize to him, but she's verbalizing in a way that becomes argumentative. She's verbalizing in a way that it makes him feel, as he says, triggered, right? Because she's pushing at it. She wants him to be at a certain place at a certain time, and she's not waiting for him to grow to that place, because she feels that at this point, you should already be saying, I love you. You're having sex with me. We're moving into my own home. We're getting things together as married people. We're doing all these things as married people. We're going to combine our bank accounts. We're going on walks, and so you should be able to say I love you, because I'm able to provide all these things, and he's just not there yet. She has a time frame or timeline in her mind how she wants things to be, right? Where she wants to be at. She wanted to be married. She's married. She wanted to change her name. She changed her name. She wanted to move into her own home. He moved her own home. She wants kids within a year or two. She wants kids he's not ready for kids yet, and so he feel like he's compromising all these things for her, and she's not giving anything back. And that what made Nate walk out. He's like, I'm over it. I'm tired of having these discussions. You don't hear me. I'm not hearing you. And at this point, he's like, look what, I'm done. So he wants to be able, I think they do stay in this relationship. I think they stay married. I think they work through this. But right now, she needs to hear him. He needs to hear her. And I think they both need counseling after this to work through their issues together. He needs to continue to work through his mommy issues. She needs to continue to work through her daddy issues. There's a lot in this relationship that both of them need to work through in order to make their marriage continue to grow. I take my hat off to Nate once again, at least being able to verbalize why he's mad, verbalize what triggered him, and come back to it. He didn't pull a Miguel and didn't say he wanted to hug her, didn't give her a hug, didn't want to give her a hug, but he was willing to converse with her even in that night when they was laying in the bed to say, hey, this is what's going on with me. There's nothing wrong with men expressing their feelings. There's nothing wrong with men telling how they feel. It's just one of those things that you have to appreciate. He wants to feel like he's appreciated, that he's valued, and he's just not Stasha's boy toy, right? He wants to be able to contribute to the relationship, and I think that is key too. He wants to be able to contribute to the relationship. He wants to feel like he is a man in this relationship and not just following her along. Yes, she may have her own house. Yes, she may have the prenup, the post-nup, all these other nups that she may have, but he wants to feel like he's contributing. And when you kind of take that, kind of in a sense, that's why he's big on the house. If you put me out, I'll be homeless. Not necessarily. That statement right there, when Nate told him he'd be homeless, he's not going to be homeless, right? Because he got a little bit of money. Hopefully he has some money saved up. He didn't put all his money away or lose all his money. He'll have a place to go. He wouldn't be homeless. But what I'm hearing him saying is, look, I want to be able to say we did something together and it's not just you. That I want to be able to say that we're building something as the Barnes family, right? I can't remember what Stasha's last name is, but we're building something, her maiden name is, but we're building something as the Barnes family. And this wasn't just your house, right? It's much more than just being put out, but it's what we built together because they want to be a power couple, right? But at this point, he's kind of over it, right? At this point, she's frustrated him to the point that he's willing to give all that up. He was like, yo, what did he tell her? He said, it sucked. This is over, right? It's over. I don't want to be married to you anyway, anymore. Which, those were the emotions, right? He still want to be married to her. But he was just at a point where he was willing to give up. When a man's at that point, it's been a lot that's going on. He feel burdened down. He feel weighed down. His mental state ain't there. And it's just pressure of TV. It's the pressure of TV. It's the pressure of her. It's the pressure of everything. And I really think he don't think he can measure up to what her expectation is of him. And she wants him to be her. He's not you, Stasha. He's not Stasha. He's Nate. And Nate has to learn to grow into him and be comfortable who he is and move to that level. Will he eventually say, I love her, love you? I think he will. Will he move there? Will he move in with her and probably be happy within the home for a while? Yes, he probably would be. But it's going to take a process in its time. Nate will get there. And when he get there, I think they will be successful. But at this point in time, Nate's over it. And Stasha's just moving a little too fast. And she just needs to slow down. She slow it down just a little bit and give this guy a little bit of grace. I think everything will work out. She has that, as I mentioned earlier, she has that time frame in her head and her mind, how she wants things to play out, how she wants her family to be, where she wants to be at, and all this. She just can slow down, give Nate some grace, allow Nate to move at his pace. Keep mentioning that he's behind her emotionally, that he's behind her when it comes to experience and love, and just allow him to run his race, and they'll meet up together. Trust me, they'll get together. But she just has to slow down, encourage him, let him know that she is in his corner. We all know he has mommy issues, again, but he needs that affirmation, not just from his dad, but he needs that affirmation from a woman as well. There's nothing better than a man. As a man, I know, have my wife pat me on the back or say, you know, honey, you did a great job. I appreciate you. Men need that. Any man who tells you he don't need that is probably lying, because he does need it. He appreciates it and he likes it. We have to, as men, got to get out our bravado and understand that we do have emotions, we do have feelings, and we do have affirmation. And that's what Nate was doing with Stasha. And if she can get that, and she can do that for him and stop hitting his triggers, they'll be much, much better. And we'll see, this will be one of those married at first sight couples that will last a long time. And it might be one of these married at first sight couples that we have, like Brianna and Vincent, like Amani and Woody, who will have a baby a little bit later down the road. Well, I can't say Jephte and Shawnee because they were kind of pregnant when they came back to the reunion. Bobby and Danielle, Anthony and Ashley. I think Nate and Stasha has the potential to be a great couple and have babies later on. But Nate's over it right now. Leave your comment in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, and we'll talk to you later.